Okay, in this video we're going to learn how to outsmart your competition and outsmart the search engines by using a really well-guarded go-to secret weapon, and that is their search term suggestion tool. And what this allows you to do is get a lot of highly targeted visitors to your website without really spending a lot of money, which is exactly what you want to have happen. So, we're going to bring up the search term suggestion tool by clicking here. When you do, it brings this up. And what this is going to help us do is find out how many people are searching under a certain term every month. So let's say you want to promote your instantinternetempires.com website. A very logical assumption for someone would be to get a #1 listing under a search term such as work at home. So let's see how many people search for work at home information. Type that in here. Now what this is going to do is it's going to display how many people searched under the term work at home in the last month. Now this is only on GoTo.com. Remember, this isn't even counting the traffic from AOL or AltaVista or Lycos, which is going to be equal to or more than the amount of searches you're getting on GoTo. But anyway, notice that 284,864 people did a search under work at home. This is a very popular term, and as a result is most likely going to be fairly expensive. So let's see how much it costs to bid, or rather to be in the top 3 under the search terms work at home. What you want to do is you want to click on Get Current Bid, and what this does is it'll bring up this little tool for you, and it'll tell you what the current bid is for any of the positions under any search term you want. So we're just going to paste work at home in here. There we go. Click on Go, and it'll get the current prices. And what we're about to see is why doing research is very important before you use GoTo. For example, if you hadn't have looked to see what the get current bid is, you might have bid 25 cents or something and been buried under GoTo.com. Because you can see to be #1 is 86 cents. That's pretty expensive, and it's not really going to be profitable for you if you pay 86 cents per visitor. So what you want to do is use a pretty sneaky little trick here, and that is to list your website under a lot of related terms. For example, you take a very popular search term like work at home, and you use your suggestion tool to see how many people are doing searches for it, and it will display that information. But under here, it also shows you how many people did a search every month for similar terms. And this is really great because if you get listed in the top 3 under a bunch of similar terms, they all add up to get just as much traffic as this very popular term, work at home, but you don't spend nearly as much money. See, the general rule is, and I'm stressing the term general here, is that when there are fewer searches for a term, people simply bid less. So you can be #1 under a less frequently searched term for a fraction of what it costs to be in one of these extremely popular terms. And my advice to you is always try to stay under 15 cents per click when you're in the top 3. And you don't have to be #1. 1 through 3, any of those positions will get you in the top 3 of all the other search engines as well. But it's very important before you start bidding to actually see what people are paying, because you can be surprised. A term that does not have a lot of searches, let's look at work at home mom, might still be expensive. And the reason why is because people really aren't doing their research and seeing how many searches they're getting under that term. So let's look at the bid here, and I'll illustrate this point. Now remember, work at home mom only got 800 some odd searches last month, but I'll bet you it's going to be a little bit expensive. We'll see in just a sec. $0.34. Not too bad. I was expecting it to be a little bit more, actually. But remember, you want to be under 15 or under 20 if you can. So work at home mom might be one if you do your numbers and see that you're making more than 28 cents per visitor, which you could be. So what you want to do is use these sub-terms is what I like to call them. Do a little research on them, write down the ones that you like, and then see what the current bids are. And make a good sized list. And if you've got the time, you should really come up with about 200 of these terms. Make a good sized list of them, and then start bidding. Just remember, you always want to try to be under 15 cents a visitor because you'll make a bunch of money that way. And here's another great thing. Let's say you liked work at home mom and wanted to find keywords that were related to work at home mom or work at home online. You simply click on these keywords and it'll show you a list of related keywords to that one and how many clicks they got. So you can just keep on going and going and going. And another one, internet business. This one's probably going to be ridiculously expensive, but it'll show you how you can get into a good niche here. And that's the best thing you can do is get highly targeted leads. Wow, kind of a surprise. You would think it would have had a lot more, but only 11,961 people. So you might want to see how much that one cost and related terms. Remember, your goal is to get a bunch of terms, around 200 or so, who add up all together for a very, very high amount of searches per month. But make sure the terms don't cost you any more than 15 cents per visitor to be number one. So we're coming to the end of this video, and this is going to take a little while, a little work, and a little effort on your part, but it will really pay off because it'll totally put your business on autopilot if you do it right. What I want you to do is do a little research using these tools and write down a good list of 10, 20, 30, 40 terms that meet that criteria. And in the next video, I'll show you how to place your bids and how to actually get your website listed. And then you'll start seeing traffic and you'll start seeing orders and you'll start having a pretty good time. So let's close this one out and move on to the next video.